Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I go about organizing, shooting and delivering properties that are in excess of $10 million. So let's get straight into it. So the key thing to do before you shoot obviously is to speak to the client and find out exactly what their needs are and what your deliverables are. For example, how many shots they want delivered, whether they want video, whether they want day and night shots. Get as much information as you can. The next thing to make sure is that you've got a nice clear amount of time when you're there on the shoot. You don't have people coming in doing the gardening and cleaning the pool, etc. So make sure that that's all organized and arranged and that the house is as empty as possible and that it's shoot ready, it's nice and clean and everything's ready to go. I'm going to show you an example of a recent shoot that I've done so you can get an idea of what it is that I do, my process, how I shoot and what I shoot and what is delivered in the final product, and also a rough idea of how long that's going to take and the equipment needed. So for this shoot we wanted to get daytime shots and we also wanted to get some night shots, blue out and sunset shots. So I arrived at about 3 o'clock. I was also shooting a video as well, so a lot to get done before it gets too dark. Sunset was at 6, so we had till about 6:30, just before 7, before it gets a little bit too dark and too grainy to be able to shoot decent video. So the key thing really is streamlining your process and making sure that you're not wasting any time once you're there, hence the preparation to make sure no one's interrupting your shoot. So I'm starting from the exteriors. I want to get those done while the light's still up and shining on the facade of the house. The front of the house is getting all the sun, so I'm going to shoot that first. I'm going to get photos done and video done of the exteriors before that sun goes down too much and casts shadows all over the house. So I'm going to start out the front with my wide angle. I'm shooting on a 14-35 Canon. So I'm going to shoot multiple angles of the front of the house, and then the broker or the client can decide which shots they want, or they can just rotate them. On the listing gives them lots of different options. And I'm also going to get some slightly tighter shots with my 14-35, showing some of the details at the front of the house as well. And then you've got lots of options for the owners or the clients to use. And then I'm going to go to the back before the sun goes down, and at this point you can dial your aperture down to about f11. Gives you a longer exposure to give you those nice sun stars and get a little bit of lens flare. I'm also going to get other angles as well from the outside, all again shooting nice and wide, and we can worry about the details later. Then I'm going to go into the house still with my 14-35, shooting wides of the entire house and multiple angles of every room to show all of the details. The beauty of having the 14-35 is you can get a little closer details like this in the office without having to swap lenses. That's about 20mm I think on that one. So you can get details as you go before you switch to your 50 to get the really tight angles and details later. For the bedrooms I'm going to get all the angles I can, having my tripod slightly lower than I do in the huge rooms. I'm going to get single point perspectives and also some corner shots as well. And I'm going to move through the house, shooting wides of every single room, stopping to get some slightly more detailed shots if there's views or any furniture that I want to move in a little bit and get more close up of. Again, multiple angles of the bathrooms if you can. And the master, I want to get at least 3 or 4 angles and also show a slightly tighter shot of any views. Same with the master bathroom, as many angles as you can, showing all of the details later with the 50mm. So that's what we're going to do for the rest of the house, just shooting with the wide angles. And once that's done, we can go to the 50mm and we can get some slightly different perspectives of the same kind of shots. Here I can use different apertures, stopping down to f1.8 to blur out some of the backgrounds and to really accentuate some of the features, or just keeping it at the normal sort of f8 and getting the detailed shots at a slightly different perspective. Here's your chance to get a little bit more creative. You can take the camera off the tripod here, hand hold it, and get some nice bokeh and a little bit more interest for the viewer. Shooting through doors is great as well, especially when you focus just on the detail in the distance, really leads the eye through the shot. And also nice to focus on some of the furniture and some details and stuff like light fixtures and fittings as well. Then we're going to go outside before the sun completely disappears, get some sunset shots, wide angles again. And then we're going to get some cool blue hour shots at the same time. Moving back to the front of the house as well, not to forget that. Make sure all the lights are on and get those super wide shots. And you can come back and get some detailed shots if you have some time. If there's anything worth shooting close-ups of or detailed shots of, you can do it at this point too. And then once that's done, I would move in and get a few blue hour shots on the interiors, because at that time it's really simple to get the shots. You can do it all handheld and you don't have to worry about flash, and you don't have to worry about any color casts or any strange lights or shadows coming in. It's simple to edit and you can whip around the house in just 15 to 20 minutes, getting shots like this that take no time at all to process. It's also great if you can speak to the client beforehand and ask them if they want any Instagram style shots, and you can take those obviously vertical, and that really works well with certain rooms like this in this house where it's you miss the feature if you only shoot landscape shots. And then you can obviously charge them a little bit extra for that too. Okay, so that's everything that I would deliver in my photography package. I'd also shoot a video while I'm there as well. I'm only there from 3 till 6:30, so you've got to move quite quickly. So hopefully this sort of strategy on how you would move through the house is going to be helpful to you if you're planning a huge shoot or a luxury shoot in the future. And good luck with your shoots. Thank you for watching.